Hi guys, welcome to Meeple's People Circus. Today I am doing a preview of Billionaire Rumour, designed by Isaac Lowe, Manchi, Ivan Poon and released by HeadBlown Games. This is just going to be a basic setup on how to play. I'm not going to go through a playthrough today. So let's get started. So again, this is a prototype copy, so the copies you will get once the Kickstarter's been on will be a lot better quality. This is actually the second version of this game I've had. I actually wish I knew where my other copy was, because I'd have them side by side. So yeah, let's get the board out. So this is your player board. So yeah, the theme of this game is you're dead and you need souls to be reborn. So you're effectively sending out these evil dolls to collect resources for you to get your energy, so you can basically be reborn again. The dolls go around and you're betting on the dolls, what they're going around and what their resources they can gather. So first of all, we grab here. So we will grab our poker chips, effectively. So I will mention this is a 2 to 5 player game. It plays in about 45 minutes. I've only played it 2-player, and I think it did come up about 45 minutes, so it might be a little bit longer with a few more. So your poker chips are your starting items, so everyone gets 3 of these. They have the images of the dolls on one side, and on the other it's a picture of a soul. So everyone gains their colour. And then we will put the money. Actually, I will grab out these boards here. These are the creepy doll boards. So these are effectively where you gain resources. You put them up on here. The movement dice along here. So we will put them to one side. You will place all your money. There are the money here. There are 2 billions. Let's see if we can focus. We have 2 billion. We have 1 billion. And we have 5 billion. So we will put these to one side. It's best to separate them all into their individual piles. So we have our money in the 3 piles here. So we have these little pieces here. I don't actually have, so I'll get these out. So it didn't come with a bag. So in the rules it will say put these pieces in a bag. You will all probably receive a bag with this. So these items here is, I will zoom in. So these items here, this is your tinned food, tinned fish, sardines, whatever you would like to call it. This item represents gold. This item here represents a mobile phone, and we all know what this item represents. No need for me to say. So yeah, it does say put these in a bag. I won't do that just because I haven't got a bag to put them in. So I'm just going to put them to one side, and when I need them I will grab them off camera. So we have the cards. So this part of the rules, so I will say the rules for this game, the version I've got, there is the translation into English isn't the best. So there are a couple of mistakes. So like this in the rule book, it says place out your cards, place them all face up, and then discard them. But if you actually go by the image of the book, what it says shuffle. What it means is you shuffle these up. You place, so it's 4 rounds. So you place 4 cards onto the 4 rounds, and then you put the rest back into the box, and then you flip 1 card up the top. So this here is what you're trying to bet on during the turns. So you have your cheat cards. So we have it tells you all the moves in the game. So you've got plan-in, buy-in, first bet-in, action, and then last bet-in, movement, rewarding, and scoring. And then here I will explain what this means later on, but this is at one point you need them references. You will place these locations for the treasure chest. You will draw out of the bag. You will pick randomly the resources and place 1 on each of the treasure chest symbols on the map. So once all the pieces are on the board, something I did forget earlier on, each player gets their coloured meeple. So we will put these next to the poker chips. So there should be 5 of each, or there should be 4 of each colour. I'm going to be totally honest, you only ever use 3 of them. So I'm not sure what the fourth one is for. I'm guessing it might be if you lose one. Once you have placed all of your pieces on the board, you will now roll a dice to decide where the dolls, and these are the figures. I don't know if you could be able to see these well on my camera. I hope so, because these minis are amazing. These are actually the same as my other copies, so I do actually have 2 sets of these. Let's see if you can zoom in on this one. So they would look so good painted. And then we have the creepy stabby girl. You can't see all the detail in these, but these are so beautiful little detailed minis. So right now we roll a dice. So whatever we roll on the dice, we will place the one of the minis on to one of these locations on the board. So first off, I'm going to roll for the clown. So he goes on location 2. So it is the image of the cows. So then I'm going to go for the long-haired doll. So that is 6 on here, and 1 is the stork. So we will leave these dice in the future. So these are probably going to be off shot, so we'll put them in one, and then we have place out your souls, the soul tokens, and place them in a pile. So again, there's 1, 5s and minus 5s. So now at this point, all players will put one of their colours onto the first heart of the clown boards, or the doll boards. So we will set it up as a 2-player, so we'll put the rest of the items away. So now we would randomly draw 3 items out of the bag and place them in the top left treasure chests on each of the doll player boards. I hope this is right. I must admit, this is a bit that we were struggling to work out on the instructions. I'm hoping that is the right location. So that is the game set up. I'll run you for a quick how to play, and that I'll give you my final thoughts. So in each round of Billionaire Rumour, you at the planning stage, you can, once per game, you can borrow 10 billion from the bank. So if you do this, you will take a -5 soul token, and it penalises you. You can do that once per game, and that's it. The games we've played, we've never borrowed the 10 billion. We've kind of never wanted to, just because we didn't want the soul penalty. So one thing I did miss, each player would have received 3 dice, 8 billion money, and 5 souls. At this phase, you can buy and sell souls, dice. So here, it will cost 1 billion for, 3 billion for 1 soul. It will cost 5 billion for 2 souls, 6 billion for 3 souls. You cannot buy keep buying multiples, it will always be that amount. So if you wanted to buy 4 souls, it would cost you 9. And then here, you can buy extra dice. So it's 1 billion per 1 dice, 3 billion 2 dice, 6 billion 3 dice. So again, you can't buy, if you buy more, it's still the same value. And if you wanted, you could sell your dice, or you can sell your souls. So 1 dice would cost, you would get 1 billion, 1 soul would get you 2 billion. So the next phase is the buying in phase. When you received your dice earlier on, you should have all given them a roll. We will do that for both players. So you, this phase, you have to pay a dice to for a doll. So as well, in a 2-player game, each doll will get 1 dice. So what we will do, I will quickly grab 3 dice from the pool, and I will give them a roll. So I've got 2 3s and a 4. So all the 3 dice are going to go onto this doll here. So if you notice, the dolls have, this has 3 4, 5 6 and a 1 and a 2. So you will, whatever number you get on your dice, you will place one of the dice there. That is only in a 2-player game. In a 3+ player game, you put the extra dice in by paying for them. So right now, so me and player 2 would have to spend one of our dices. So at this point, we want to work out what dice we want to give. So in a minute, round 4 is the action phase where you use your dice. So right now we want to go, what one don't we want to do? So in a minute, they all give you actions you can do. So right now I will probably go, I'm going to pay the 6 dice, and so is this player. So what we do, we put them back in the pile, and we both will choose where one of these dice will go. I will probably go, I want to play it on here, and player 2 wants to play it on this doll. So that is the buying in phase. So the next phase is the first betting phase. So this is where we can play our poker chips. So there is 2 chances of betting. So right now, the first betting phase, you can place your chip in any of these locations here. So when you place into a location, you have to pay the costs. But on the first betting phase, you get a 1 resource free. So if I played a token here, it wouldn't cost me any souls. If I played it here, it would cost me 1 soul. So these indicate how much your meeples will move up onto the boards here. And this is where you're thinking this doll is going to come first, second or third. So right now, I might go, the clown has 1 resource already, and I don't think he's going to reach 1 in time. So I think the clown is going to win by only getting 1 gold. So I will place my resource here. So it would normally cost me a dice, but because I've played it on the first betting phase, it's going to cost me a free bet. So player 2 will then go and be like, I think Stabby Girl. They've probably got names. I'm sorry if I've not researched them. I think in the previous rules they did all have names. It might say it in the rule book, but I like giving them my own names. So Stabby, little short doll. Amy, player 2, will probably think, I think she will get 1. So she will bet and probably place here as well because it's a free bet. So plus you move up twice. So at this point I could say I pass, and then Amy could carry on placing bets. So she could say, I think Crazy Clown's going to get 3, so he's going to come third, and she's going to place that there, and then she could possibly think she's going to go there. So then that's that phase over. I've waited until second betting. I think the only advantage of that is you get to use your dice, so you can adjust the board with certain things from your dice. So in the action phase, this is where you get to use your dice. So right here we have what the dice can do. So on a 1 you can actually place a chip on a location where someone already has played at a full cost. So if someone already played somewhere where you wanted to place, you can wait till this round if you have a 1 and play that here. On a 2 you can move your meeple up 1, or move an opponent's meeple up 1 or down 1. On a 3 you can re-roll one of your dice and you have to take the action you get on it straight away. On a 4 you may move a doll to once to any location. On a 5 you may re-roll your dice and take the money according to what you roll. So on a 1, 2 or 3 you gain 3 billion. On a 4 or 5 you don't gain anything. On a 6 you gain 1 billion. And on a 6 dice you can discard 1 item resource off the board. So with the resources as well, if you ever get to 5 resources left on the board, you refill the board as the startup instructions, so place on 1 on every location. So once this phase is over, we move back on to last betting. So this is where I could, if I wanted to, play my second betting chips. Because I didn't actually spend any of my dice, and same as Amy, we both still have 2 dice. So every round you will lose a dice to pay off the movement of the dolls. So I might go, I regret not paying mine, so I'm going to pay $1 billion to go here, and I'm going to, you know what, I think I played that wrong, sorry, I'm going to do that. So you can only have 1 token on each row. And then I might go like that. So technically I would have to spend 2 billion. So the next phase is your movement. So alternating from this first player, you each roll a dice. So you can re-roll this dice at a cost of 1 billion per re-roll. If you ever re-roll 3 times, you get the 3rd one for free. So you would give it a roll and you would move your doll to the location on the board. So they're joined up by borders. So that would be my go. And then player 2 would roll and she would probably go this way. So every time you pick up a resource, go onto a resource, it goes straight onto here. So with these player boards, you see there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can only fill up to the number of players. So right now I can only put on here, I can only put 2 singles and 2 double items. So next go I would roll for Crazy Clown, he moves 2. So I can't actually remember my betting. So I would say he would go here like this. So the next action is your rewarding action. So this one is where you get rewarded. The dolls reward you for the souls. So right now it is, we both get the rewards for each doll because we're both level. So you would add up the items, so you would go with this chart here. So gold is worth 2, phone is worth 1, food is worth 0, and the poo is worth -1. So right here, we would both gain 1 soul for this, and then we put the items into up here. So we both gain 1 soul. Oh, I lied. So it would be 2 souls we both gain, because I didn't see the double. So we do that all across. So once you have worked out the souls that you'll be gaining from your dolls, you then work on to who wins on the betting. So right now we'd flip over all of our chips. So we have both went for the clown would gain 1 gold. So Amy, or player 2, would move 3, and I would move 2, because I only betted on the 2, where this one betted on the 3. So right now, what we get, so for betting right, we both win. So yellow would get 2 billion, so you win the item that you paid plus an extra one, and I would gain 2 dice. And then this doll didn't get anything, so that would be it for betting. No one else won anything, no one else was correct on what we do. So every round you go, you're adding your resources and you're getting the points included what's up here. So things do mix. So once that's over, you work out who's won that, you take back all your items, and you go back to the first phase and flip over your next thing, and that is it. You're off to the you're back to the start, and you start all again. You play that for 4 rounds, and whoever gains the most souls wins the game. So that's a brief overview. It's not massively gone into detail. Like I said, the rulebook is better than it was, but there's still a few lost in translation parts. A few of the things that we couldn't work out. I actually was talking to another reviewer. They were asking me their thoughts on it as well. I think it is a very Chinese game. It is a lot of betting. There's definitely I think some of it has been lost in translation, especially the fourth meeple. We couldn't ever work out what that was for, and there was a couple of, like, the movement up here. We went with whoever was in front won the item. I'm guessing that's correct. And like I said, with the cards, there was a little bit of, you could see what they meant to say, but it was translated slightly wrong. So yeah, this game, it's nice seeing it on its next version, its next prototype, because I got a very early prototype of this game that we actually had 4 people sit down trying to learn it, and it was just, we just couldn't understand it, and the quality was very, like, the minis were amazing, but the boards were very thin. It was just very early prototype, but I'm glad I did get it, because when they offered me this again, I jumped at the chance, because yeah, this game, it's a very unique game. It's a very strong strategy game with an interesting theme. There is so many little strategies you can do. It's a little bit got to take that in it as well. You can purposely block someone, especially if you're the first player. You can block someone, like, the best move if you think, okay, I know I can overtake them and this person's going to win this, and you can knock people back. It is, yeah, there's a lot to it. Again, I wish it was the rule book was more understandable. I mean, my friend Darius, he's really interested in trying this game. When I said I got the new copy again, he was very interested in it. I like this. It's okay. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna say I like it. I'm gonna, because there is so much. There's improvements that can be made. I can see it being an enjoyable game. Myself, I don't do gambling. The gambling aspect isn't for me. I'm not a gambler. Never have been, never will be, and I don't like the gambling aspect of it. I can see where people would like it. I can see the idea of the moving stuff around, the quality of the components for a prototype copy, like the minis, even these little items here. They are so good. There's so much little detail. It's like a tinned can of food. You can, I don't know if you can see it on camera. I don't know if it will focus. Come on. Don't think I can. But there's so much detail. There's a fish on the side. You can see the pool tab. I will try and... No, you're never going to see it. So yeah, you can. There's just so much detail on this little tin can, and yeah, I can see it being a really. I can see people really enjoying it. Myself, it's not for me. I will play it. I really want to try it when it's a complete finished game, because I can imagine it would be quite fun when you can understand the rules properly. Yeah, I mean, the story's changed a lot. Originally, when I got the other prototype copy, the idea of the game was effectively the same, but the backstory was a lot different. It has changed a lot. It looks so much nicer now. I love the neon colours, and I love how these are computer bits. It just looks really cool. It's just a shame that the translation isn't there. I've seen a few people reviewing this now, and I'm going to actually message someone else and see what their thoughts on it. But yeah, I mean, check this game out. It is, if you enjoy betting games, you'll get your gambling. If you enjoy gambling, you will enjoy this. It's got that nice little gambling, take that, but it's got to be that sort of, you've got to enjoy gambling. But yeah, that's all I can really say about the game. I will hopefully, if I will get another version of this, hopefully they send me I can get a full version of this once the Kickstarter's over, and I can try it finished. I would love to show you guys a full proper version of this game. It's just at the moment, I know if I did a playthrough, maybe even my how to play was wrong. I can't do it justice. So I've done as much as I can, and hopefully you guys will get the idea of the game by what I said. That would be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe my videos. Join my Facebook groups. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all of that. I will have links up below, or names up below. Please give me a like. Join my Facebook group. Me and Darius are doing loads of live stuff on there. I'm trying to get it more active. We are doing our top 10s lately, so come and watch us live top 10s. And yes, I will see you in the next video. Cheers guys. Bye.